Women are cherished in the Christian faith. And God looked upon Adam and he saw that he was alone. He said, it is not good that man be alone. I will give him a helpmeet. Women have always been cherished. But today, we do see the abuse of women and children. And it's not an outcome of not having enough freedom. It's an outcome of not understanding that you have personal responsibilities and restraints on yourself, and so does the culture. I'm not ready to go with John McCain.
Yeah, question for you. I was just wondering, like you said in your speech, that you believe that sex in marriage. That's the only context sex should be in. And my second question is, you're talking about porn actors and like sex with children. It doesn't really relate. Think about it logically, like Christian priests probably have a lot more to do with child sex crimes than porn actors.
Second question. There's no doubt the Catholic Church is most certainly in this country and in our country, there's been a lot of news about abuse of the priesthood. There's no doubt about that. Pope John Paul, and I'm a Protestant, I'm not a Catholic, has apologized for that, and there are some remedies on that. But in Ireland, today's newspaper talks about in Ireland, 26% of boys in Ireland are being abused, but not by the priests. 75% of the abuse is coming from those in their family. Understand what that means. 1 in 4 boys in this room. 32% of women in Ireland, girls, young girls, minor children, are being sexually abused. Not by priests. This is your newspaper today. I can go to any city in this globe and pull up a newspaper like this. This is daily news of child abuse. And it's not just religious leaders, it's everywhere. 1 in 3 of you girls sitting here were abused as a child. And that's not right. The cause and effect. As far as cause and effect of highly sexualized culture, there's a large number of people that become addicted to porn. Jeremy agrees with that. There is an addiction that can happen to porn, but it doesn't stop there. It becomes more desensitized, more debased, looking for more excitement. That which used to excite yesterday doesn't do it today. And it can lead to sexual fantasies and criminal behavior. That is the reality of the world. The sex trade itself is fueled on this fantasy-driven behavior. Porn is that fuel.
Yeah. I just have a question for Mr. Clark. You mentioned your girlfriend earlier on. I was just wondering, like, how does she feel about you as your job, sleeping with other women, and if it was vice versa, and if you were the one, like, I don't know what your girlfriend does. If you were working an average 9-to-5 job, and she was the one to start sleeping with other men, how do you feel about that?
Okay, when I first got in the industry, I was a porn star, so that kind of answers the second question. Because I was quite happy for her to go out and sleep with other people. That's how I first got in the industry. And my girlfriend at the moment, I kind of just told her from the beginning, you know, we were in a group of friends. She knew what I did, and at first she was like, I can't date porn, sorry, goes to sleep with other people. And I think she had this perception that I was going to be this greasy Greek guy with a ponytail. Really, I'm just a regular Joe like anyone else. I think we went on just like one date, and she kind of thought I was a nice guy, and weren't that slimy. I do have a lot of respect for women, you know, even though what I do, some people say exploits women, but you know, I'm doing the same job. Does that mean I'm getting exploited? No, you know. The girls are, you know, we have the same brain, we make the same choices, you know, we have a yes and no, we can easily make decisions. And I personally do cherish every woman that I work with, since you were talking about cherishing women.
Can I just comment on this very, very quickly? It's a great question. The only logical answer to how you could watch someone you love having sex with someone else is that it's not a big deal. That's why so many prostitutes will tell you, and this is a famous thing, you probably heard it, that they may have sex with men for money, but they won't kiss them because that's too intimate. Now that's interesting. Because the moment you say that the sexual component of a relationship is not a big deal, it raises the question, then what if? Conversations about politics. Going to a shopping mall, going to a movie. If you remove the sexual component of a relationship and say and dismiss it as being trivial and not a big deal, and look at the way we laugh at sex, and it's funny. But the moment you dilute its power, I ask you a simple question. What is there left in your armory to sweep you away with such overpowering emotions that you wake up the next morning transformed, feeling so close to this person, because you haven't just gotten physically naked, that's easy. You've gotten emotionally naked. And what Stephen, I think, is saying is, when he has sex with these women, it's a bodily experience, he reserves his emotions. That kind of compartmentalization is very dangerous. It's the reason why so many people have non-intimate sex that is so unfulfilling. Thank you. That is an exclamation point on what I said. God bless you.
Just to add to what you said, obviously the sex work's very mechanical. You know, there's someone telling me what to do and how to do it. Not that I need a manual or anything. You know, it's like, do it in this position and stay there for 10 minutes. Okay, you know, and that's it. It's very mechanical. I've got so much more to concentrate on than get emotionally involved with some girl that's looking into my eyes going, oh yes, fuck me, fuck me. You know, I'm actually, you know, thinking about where the hell are those cameras and can they see everything I'm doing? Am I casting a shadow over the girl? Can they see the penetration? I've got so much more to think about than, you know, this girl that's looking at me. So it's just not emotional, it's very mechanical, sorry to ruin your view on porn, anyone thinks it's really real. It's a fantasy, like I said earlier, and it's totally mechanical.
Before we put the motion to the House, there's a couple of thanks that have to be made. First, I would like to thank the absolutely terrific panel of guests that we had out, starting with Rabbi Shmuley. Who is the debate convener for this debate, who put an absolutely gargantuan amount of work into this. We at one stage, just so you know, had something in the range of 4 porn stars confirmed, and they all pull out. I had to make it because I've been hearing that joke for the past 3 weeks. So anyway, the final thing to do is put the motion in the House, that this House believes porn is more pleasure than pain. And all those in favour, please say aye. Aye.